We are going to go through a full body dumbbell workout. You need a set of dumbbells, possibly 2 sets if you want to switch between a lighter pair and a heavier pair for upper and then lower body. We do a bit more lower body than upper, and the lower body is always going to be single leg as well. So not the end of the world if you only have 1 set. What we're going to be doing is a warm up to start with, and then we're going to do 15 exercises. Why am I doing 10? 15 exercises back to back before we have a rest, and we do it again a second time. That's it. So we're just doing 2 rounds of effort. Pow. 15 exercises though. Everything you do, make sure it feels good in your body. By good, it might feel burning, it might feel a bit uncomfortable, but you should never feel any pain. If you feel pain, do make sure you always stop or modify to a different exercise. So you start with some side bends, bending side to side, just warming up the spine. The point of the warm up is to start to increase our range of motion, ready for the workout, and increase the body temperature, as well as kind of mentally preparing ourselves for the workout ahead. Never skip the warm up. If you have to skip anything, I'd always say skip the cool down rather than warm up, twist side to side. In an ideal world, you always do both. Now you've clicked on this workout knowing that it is going to be a 35-minute workout. That includes the warm up and the stretch. So I'm sure you're going to be here right to the end. Yes? Yes, that's what I'm hearing in response. So just twisting and we're just warming up through the back. Perfect. Swing that forward and back, see a dynamic stretch of your chest and your back. So you're getting a little squeeze of the chest as your arms pull back, and a squeeze of the shoulder blades, and then a squeeze of the chest as the arms come forward, and a stretch of the back. This is one of my favorite things to do for like day to day. If you've been sitting at a desk for a while, those first 3, really good just to just move the back, stretch out the chest. Squat, lift your leg to the side. Squat, it's back and down. Side leg lift to the side and just ever so slightly back. So I see so many people do this forward. So make sure your knee is just behind the other knee. So we're engaging the back of the bum as well as the side of the bum. And the squat, it's like you're sitting down in a chair. And just picture every time the chair goes a little bit lower. Good morning, feet underneath the hips, fingertips on your temples. Push your hips back. Stand up with a long spine, shoulders staying higher than your hips, and the motion is that your hips are going back rather than your chest coming forward. It looks slightly different. This is leaning with the chest, this is leaning with the hips. So yeah, push the body back. Squat with a knee lift, squat, and then lift your knee up towards your chest. Switch legs. Maybe have a little pause, warming up the hip flexors. Maybe even a small pause at the bottom of your squat just to start increasing your range a little bit more. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum. Good mornings again. You may be able to push your hips back a little bit more. Just check that your knees aren't locked out. So a slight softness of the knees. And then move your bum away. The thing that seems to work when I say to all my clients face to face is make it sexy. So make it sexy, really like push your hips back, sexy. Rather than a squat, hips down and back, just straight back. Yeah. You don't need to tell me I'm sexy, I know. Squat hold. So there's a hold at the bottom. Now it's up to you. You might want to press your knees out a little bit, wiggle. You might want to come a little bit lower, come to a Hindi squat, wiggle or hold. If you're all the way at the bottom, try and lift up a little bit so that you at least feel some tension in your legs. Or yes, you're just here, just thinking you're always coming a little bit lower. Feel the heat come into your legs. We are getting ready to work. Come down to the ground, please, for push-ups on your knees. So you can be on all fours, box position. Make sure the weight is over the hands. Or you might want to have your hands a bit further forward, the weight forward. You may want to do these on your toes. Even if you're an Olympic athlete, you wouldn't warm up on your toes. There's your entire body weight on your shoulders, your chest joint. So just keep it on the knees, keep it small to start with. Cat and cows. Oh, great. There's going to be a little 10-second rest in each one. I made a mistake. Arch your back and then round your back. I feel like it's been a long time since I made a mistake on one of these videos. But there it is. We're going to have a 10-second rest in each one. In my opinion, the rest keep moving. Spider lunges. So come into either plank or downward dog, and then step your right foot outside your right hand. Get the knee over the ankle, and then step back to plank or downward dog, whatever is easiest. And then repeat. Oh, just the right leg. Do the right leg every time. If you struggle to get the foot next to the hand, still try and get your foot flat on the ground. And you just hold there and gradually try and work it a little bit closer to your hand. Or even put your left knee down and physically help it get a bit closer. So we start really opening up the hips. Going to switch to the other side. So doing the same thing, but this time the left leg. Steps. And if you struggle to get it next to the hands, try and get the heel down though. Or get it as far as you can, put the right knee down, help it, and then press back. Now that one with the helping it, if you're finding like, oh my God, that is too big a stretch, don't come as far. And we're hoping over time that you're able to land the foot next to the hand when your flexibility starts to increase. Perfect. Going back to your push-ups. This time think about it a little bit lower. So still on the knees, but start to bend your elbows a little bit more and see if you can get your chest in line with your elbows. Oh, I just looked under my sofa. Oh my God, it needs a hoover under there. Oh dear. Perfect. Cat and cows. Back to all fours, the hands underneath the shoulders, arching and rounding. So yeah, hopefully you feel your body temperature's gotten a little bit warmer. Getting into it a little bit more. Everything comes a little bit easier to move. And back to the spider lunge. Again, completely up to you if you want to move from plank to spider lunge, or if you want to move from down dog to spider lunge. It is usually easier to go from the downward dog with a little bit of momentum to help. But really think about pulling your knee in as close as you can to the elbow, lifting the knee up high to give space to put the foot down. So if you just try and run your knee close to the floor, you're not going to find you've got the space to put the foot down. That's where you struggle. So pull in and lift the knee up towards the ceiling. You've got to get your whole shin underneath. Switching legs. You might want to try little pauses in down dog to pedal out the feet. Or little pauses in a plank just to load your shoulders a bit more, your abs a bit more. Sorry for those extra 10 seconds. That was a lot of extra beeping. But we made it work. Actually, I'm hoping I just talked through it. Perfect. Calm and standing. Shake off, have a sip. We've got a beat for our rest. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I think I'm cool. Long rest. 40-second rest there. So 45-second rest. Come down some water if you want it. How cute is my bottle, by the way? It's got a face on everything. So we use that dumbbells. We go upper body, lower body, upper body, lower body, upper body, lower body. The upper body will work both arms same time. Legs will do one leg at a time. So like I say, you could choose to be in lighter dumbbells, heavier dumbbells, lighter and heavier, or stick with the same thing, up to you. Pick up your lighter pair for the upper body. Turn your palms forward. No, that's a lie. Yeah, do that. And then get the arms up like a bicep curl. Now the weight's facing your face. Take your elbows out wide, turn the plates face me, and simultaneously press up towards the ceiling, down and curl back in. So we go down and up, down and in, down and up, down and. If you find your set of dumbbells is a little bit too heavy for this, you can either do one arm at a time or just grab something in your house that's a little bit lighter, like tins, bottles, you know, whatever you've got. I can't think of anything else that might weigh some. Reverse lunge. You can keep the weight up in your shoulders or down by your side. Lunge your left leg back, stand up. Or your right leg, doesn't matter, but do the same leg all the time. It's going to drop your knee towards the floor. If you get stuck, you can always just use your body weight. I'm just going to tilt that a little bit so you can see my knee. I'm going to see how close you can get your knee to the floor. You may even be able to get it to slightly tap down. And if you can, just have your shoulders at the bottom, just slightly in front of your hips, rather than above your hips. That's going to help target your front leg even more. Perfect. Switching legs. No change, just the other side. Start to increase your range. Gradually seeing how close you can get your knee to the floor. Remember, we only do each exercise twice through. That's it. So first round, we really want to try and make it count. Second count, make harder. Second count, make harder. Second time, count even more. Who knows what I was going to say there? Keeping as much weight as you can to your front leg rather than your back leg. That's going to target your quads and your glutes. Bicep curls, palms forward. Curl up towards the shoulders, coming back down. If you get stuck on this one, you can do one arm at a time if you're kind of in between, or one dumbbell. Do the same thing here. Attempting to straighten the arms fully at the bottom of every rep. Yes, perfect. Curtsy squats. Again, you can hold them down here or up here. With one leg behind the other. Stand up. Same thing. The weight should be in the front leg. So as you go behind, your shoulders again should be kind of over your front thigh rather than over your back hip or thigh. And that's going to really start to target your bum even more. So as you push your bum back, you're going to come right in this side and back bit of your bum before you stand up. Same concept with the lunge. The closer you get the knee to the floor, the harder you're going to work. So think about tapping it down even if you don't manage to get there. Perfect, just switch legs. I lost my balance. And one thing I tend to notice people do is when they come here is they shift all their weight across, to shift back, shift, shift. Try and avoid it, just lightly tap the moving foot down. So we keep the pressure in the front leg that's balancing us. And also, it's a bit more stable, you're less likely to lose your balance when you're not shifting weight. Oh my God, my words today. Does that make sense? I don't even know what I said anymore. Perfect. One dumbbell or two. If you've got the two, if it's got lines, I'd press them into one another. Over the head, we go behind the head, straight back up again. Behind your head, straighten the arms as much as you can. So if you're on one dumbbell, I always recommend, rather than holding one on top of the other, that tends to dominate one arm, I'd always say hold on to either end. That also is a nice way of keeping your hands and your elbows about shoulder width. The elbows are going to try and flare. Tuck them in so they're the same distance as your dumbbells. Perfect. Grabbing your dumbbells. Balance on one leg. Tap the other toe just lightly down, roughly in line with the heel. It's that hinge again, pushing the butt back, keeping the weight in one leg. Make it sexy. Keep the hip bum back. Again, like you might be like, ooh, rather than, ugh. So yeah, pushing the bum straight back, keeping your spine long. You should feel a stretch down the back of your leg and your hamstring. If you've not got that, you've bent your knee a bit too much, dropped your hips a little bit too low. Switching legs, shift weight in the other leg. Lift heel, hinge, pop up. Can you feel the stretch in the hamstring? And you're working your upper back as well by not letting this come forward and drag you forward. So almost think about squeezing a tennis ball between your arm and your armpit. That's going to help engage your lats and keep the shoulders back. Perfect. Bent over rows. So you're going to get that hinge position again, and then pull the elbows up and squeeze them in towards your sides. And then release, long arms. Pull up and squeeze them in. Lower back down. If you're struggling with your weight, one dumbbell again. One, squeeze. Thinking of your elbows are wrapping in towards your sides. If you're finding your weight is actually a little bit too easy for you, do palms facing your thighs instead and take your elbows out wide. That should just feel a little bit more challenging. Oh, some outside. Creepy. Oh, great, we've got the 10-second rest unit one now. Oh my goodness me. Come lie on your back. The weight can be on your hips. You get one weight or two weights. You can lift one knee. Hip bridge, single leg hip bridge. Lift your hips off. Lower the hips back down. Squeeze your bum before you drive the hips away from the ground. Squeeze the bum and push the entire right foot into the floor. Your left leg, you can have the leg straight if you prefer. You can have it out. I tend to find this means you start really working on this quad and hip to stabilize. Whereas if you keep the leg bent, we're keeping a little bit more weight over the bum, which is what we're targeting. And I should have said, so sorry. If single leg is too much, just tap the left toe down instead. So you're mostly single leg, but you've just got a little bit of assistance with the left leg. We switch legs. And if you're working with the two dumbbells, how you position it on your hips is up to you. Some people, I like to make a little teepee. Some people like to stack one on top of the other. One on top of the other way. Some people like to hold on their hips. It's going to be really personal preference between kind of your hip bones and how that's feeling. Oh, squeezing the butt. If you're feeling your quads massively, move your hip foot a little bit further away. If you're feeling your hamstrings loads, move your foot a little bit closer. It should be roughly 90 degrees at the knee for maximum kind of glute isolation. Glutes, good word. Perfect. Chest press. So you need both your dumbbells. Press them up so they're over your chest, and the elbows come down and wide, and press back up. Tuck your elbows just ever so slightly in towards your sides, just to prevent them going up like this, higher than your shoulders, or up here. So you want to keep your shoulders safe and isolate your chest. If anything, the dumbbells are just slightly facing at an angle, so they're not like one straight line from one dumbbell to the other. They're like a slight V. That way you get that V shape in your arms and the chest as well. If your weight is too heavy, one dumbbell. If it's too light, try chest fly instead. Open your arms out to the side and closing. Perfect. Jump up, please. One dumbbell or two dumbbells. One or two, go for a squat and press. Drop your hips down and back, and then press up. Down, press, down, press. So you're one dumbbell or two, but it's simultaneously, everything comes down, everything up, everything down, everything up. Use your legs to thrust the weight upwards and brace your core to resist the weight pulling you forward on the way down. Good 20 seconds ago, you should be feeling your heart rate spicing up a little bit, ramping up, so combining upper and lower body together. Woof. It's also known as a squat thruster, so think about thrusting it up towards the ceiling. And doing weighted burpees. So you're going to put the dumbbells down, squat them down, think flat back, jumping or stepping into a plank position, option to add a push-up, jumping or stepping into a squat. Now this is the important bit. Your bum's got to go down to then lift your chest, and then repeat. Squat down, flat back, jump or step to plank, jump or step to squat, get the bum down, lift the chest, stand up. You do not have to jump. You can step out any orbit. And the main thing is, just, oh, I just inhaled from my own spit. I'm so sorry. The main thing is not folding down or rolling up using the back. 5 seconds to go and then we get a rest. This is the last exercise. Perfect. Get rid. Have a sip. Have a sip. That's it. That's all the exercise. Right, round 2. You know I said about trying to make round 2 even better. What I'm going to say to you is, for most of it, not squat press, try slowing everything down a touch. Just go a little bit slower. So pick up your dumbbells. That's it. Curl up. So it starts here. You may want to lift your elbows a little bit higher to make it a little bit harder. Open, press, down, close, out and up, down and in. So the weights are facing me, facing you. I've noticed my clients want to do this recently. So do make sure the elbow is underneath and then you're pushing them up so they're kind of always facing the ceiling. Slow and smooth if you can. So keep it slower to really try and create some tension in your muscles. Perfect lunges. So your left leg back and then stand up, repeat. When I say making it slower, the one bit that doesn't need to be slower is this stand up, if possible, unless you're needing a break. Sit in, you take your time, see how low you can get. Stand up, straight down again. Really milk it. Yeah, just feeling your leg having to work a little bit harder when you slow down and break, rather than just, so when we go fast, that's still a great thing to practice. And maybe it's that you do this workout once, you go slower, so maybe the next time you do it, you go faster. See the difference. One will be a bit more heart rate, switch legs. One will be a little bit more muscular control. Both are great to do. What I notice is people tend to always pick faster and they don't always practice their control, especially not at the end range. Lots of people bounce out the bottom like this and then they don't even know where the range is because they've already stood up. So take your time, explore how low you can go, then stand. How low can you go? How close can you get your knee to the floor? Perfect. Bicep curls, palms forward. Curl up. Can you do it slow? Can you resist on the way down? Oh yeah. Yes, we can. That's going to help control any swinging that you might have as well, either the arms or the body. So we just think slow control. Trying to get straight arm at the bottom. Oh yeah. Oh, just remember, every time we do an exercise, that's it. It's done now. You don't see it again. So try and work right to the last beat as well. Perfect. Curtsy squat. Hold up or down. One leg behind the other. Can you do it slow? And then stand. So I didn't tap my knee to the floor once when I was going faster. And I've just done that on both reps, just for having slowed it down a little bit. Slown it down. That's not a word. Slowed it down or slowing it down. But slown. By the way, I was being deadly serious with that. I wasn't saying that as like a mistake. I was like, I've just slowed it down. Oh, is it a word? I've slowed it down. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Switch your legs again. You can hold it here. So sorry. Have to Google this. Try my case as well. Slowing it down. Is slown a word? No. Sounds pretty good. It's sometimes used colloquially. Or it's a surname. Do not use slowed in formal standard writing. Use slowed instead. Well, there you go. I think I knew that. I just got it for a while. You hear like adoy, or were you with me? Like it could be a word. Just gonna imagine. Perfect. Overhead tries extensions. 1 dumbbell or 2. Up over the head, behind the head, and straighten. Elbows. Try and keep them shoulder distance apart, so stay over your shoulders. And then see how much you can bend without resting it on your back, and then squeeze up slowly to a fully straight arm. Squeeze slow. Slowing it down. Oh dear. If my mum watches this, she'll be appalled. Single leg cardio. Hold the weight low, balance on your right leg, tap the left toe lightly down, push your hips back, 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 back. Slowly rise. Remember, think about that tennis ball, kind of squeezing between your arms and your armpits. And as you kind of simultaneously pushing the foot down, as you push your hips forward, or kind of drive your hips forward and lift your chest. You could think of this as a pushing exercise. You could think of it as a pulling exercise. If you think about push and how much pressure you push down into the floor, you're going to find whenever you start lifting heavier weights as well, it's going to be better for you. Switch your legs. Really lightly tap the other toe down. We're taking our time. We're keeping it sexy. Exactly. Got sweat in my eye. I sweat in my eye. Actually, I caught it just before the eye. Oh. Perfect. Bent over row. So both feet underneath hips. Same thing, that hinge movement to push your hips back, 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 back. And then palms in and elbows in and up. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Or if your weight is a little bit light, elbows out wide. I'm going to check that start rounding your back like this. But again, keep it sexy. Your head as well. I commonly see lots of people looking forward. So do just tuck your chin in, so your neck's in a neutral position as well. And then picture there's a little pencil between your shoulder blades that you're trying to grip with your upper back muscles. Squeeze in, resist it on the way down. Perfect. Could now be single leg hip bridge. 1 dumbbell or 2. You'll know from the last time if you felt your lower back, you go lighter. Pushing into the right foot. Let's squeeze your bum. Lower back down. Oh, set my hips today. As in the dumbbell. I'll squeeze the butt. So squeeze up. Maybe have a little pause at the top. You're still squeezing your bum. Resist down. You tap your bum all the way down to the ground in between each rep. Big old butt squeeze. And you might find you've got one bum that's just a little bit stronger than the other as well. You're going to switch legs. Left foot, choose the position of your dumbbells and of your foot. Lift, squeeze the butt. Lower down with control. You'll notice, by the way, my hips are hardly lifting away from the ground. That's fine. When we lift up really high like this is called a back bend. So it's working a lot of the back of the body. We'll go a little bit lower. That's where it's your hip bridge or glute bridge. So where it starts to isolate just your bum muscles. So don't worry about your bum coming too high, and you may even have it not even leave the floor, but you do put pressure down, you squeeze the butt, it's still working. Remember, you can tap your right toe down at any point if the struggle is too much. Perfect. Both dumbbells, chest press. Get the dumbbells up over your chest. Make it that slight V. They're slightly angled, and then elbows down and wide. Press back up again. We are So nearly done. How are you feeling? Just blitzing it out of the way, blitzing it. Just take your time, take your time, take your time. Really open the chest and then really milk the bottom range. So try not to rush out from the ground upwards. Keep it slow, squeezy. Perfect. Squat and press. Come up off the floor. One dumbbell or two, you decide. Get the weight up onto your shoulders. Squat, press, squat, thrust it up. Well, your heels, by the way, should never leave the floor. So you're going to find that as they push up, they want to lift up like this just to help. But instead, think drive through the heels. Dig them down as you think about punching your way through the ceiling. Another 15 seconds to go. Then we got burpees. Then you're totally done other than the stretch. And this is a little pulse raiser. So this is the one you can go faster. You can rep it out. As long as you've got good technique. Perfect way to burpees, go straight into it. Put the dumbbells to the floor. Double step to plank. Double step to squat. Good form as you come up. Repeat. Whoosh, whoosh. If you're facing forward, what I'd hope is that you can kind of think about lifting your chest to show me the logo on your t-shirt. Mine's a little bit low, but see, you have on here this bit, the little crest. I want to see it. So when you come in, always lift your chest, look up, get the bum down to rise. 20 seconds to go. Final 10. Final push. How much can you do? Whole body. To the last beat. Oh, well done. Oh, then just get rid of your weights. I don't always do my heaviest weights, so I'm not too puffy. I'm still puffed. Take one of them across, stretch your shoulders. I'm hoping you felt a cardio workout, so you're a little bit breathless, maybe a little bit sweaty, as well as strength. Whole body. We've done shoulders, biceps, triceps, chest, back, a little bit of abs, worked on everything, especially also in the old burpees. Quads, hamstrings, glutes, switch arms, work the full body, and only 2 rounds. And only 15 exercises. How do we feel? Try not to stand off your head. Do you notice how I move my feet, by the way? So when you are feeling a little bit puffed, rather than coming to a dead stop, just keep moving a little bit. Helps so like the blood's been pumping around the whole body. And if we just stop and the heart rate slows really fast, stretch your back, by the way, link your fingers tucked in around. When we stop fast and the heart rate comes down quickly, some blood that was like sent to the lower body and the extremities to kind of help you work out doesn't have the pressure from the heart rate to pump it back up. So you want to keep moving a little bit if you're ever breathless. Sometimes I find as well just like lifting your heels up, maybe as well as just a couple of little like calf raises, just to help get the blood back circulating back to the heart. Stretch your chest. You can even pull your elbows down and wide, pulling the hands back, or maybe hands on the lower back. Maybe lace the fingers behind your back. Whatever gives you a stretch across here. And then hopefully as you've been moving and breathing, now your heart rate's coming closer to normal. And sometimes it's really nice, by the way, after a workout, to just spend 1 or 2 minutes or 5, however you fancy. Stretch your quads, hold on a second if you need to for balance. Just lying down on the ground. So then we have balance between where we're like go, go, going, and then resting. And then that's where we really find our sweet spot in life, where we've got the balance of stresses and relaxing. And that's why I sometimes like to pair it up with a workout when I'm doing it anyway. And I'm a bit tired anyway. Give myself a moment just to breathe. And then carry on about my day feeling Good, feeling fab, I hope. Switch your legs. Ba-da-bam, ba-da-bam, ba-ba-bam. Don't know what I'm doing. What's love got to do? I'm going to stretch the bum. You can even hold on a second for balance. Cross your leg over and sit your hips back. We might not need balance. You might want to come down and do something on the floor, like a 1990 stretch, or a swan or pigeon stretch, or even sitting up or lying on your back. So just give you loads of options. So do the one that feels best for you. And then just switch your legs. La, 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 la. And this is where, by the way, if you do finish down the ground, it's really nice and easy to just afterwards just stay there. Close your eyes, 30 seconds, maybe 5 breaths. But whenever you do finish, do make sure you always give yourself a round of applause, a pat on the back. Oh no, gold star if you got. Maybe you're doing something like that, tracking your workouts. Well done, you've done amazing. I've always so impressed everyone that managed to do the workouts by themselves online. So well done, and thank you for choosing me as your trainer. If you've got any questions about anything, do drop me a message. I love to hear from you. I love to help people. So you can even have some people sometimes send me videos of themselves to get little feedback. So do get in touch. But thank you very much. Hopefully see you for another workout.